I've been the originator of the festival. It was my idea and it started 8 years ago. My title is that I'm director of ACT Roxbury, and one of the things we do as the Roxbury Film Festival is part of a Roxbury Art Series. I put on the festival, I have a staff that I supervise, I raise the money from sponsors and foundations to get money for the festivals, I help contact the filmmakers to have them come, I oversee the volunteers, I help select the films that we show, all of that kind of stuff. I like the arts. I'm a writer myself, so I wanted to do something related to the arts, and I love Roxbury. I grew up in St. Louis, and I came here to go to college at Northeastern University, which is actually in Roxbury. And when I came here, I loved it so much because there was buses and trains. They didn't have a lot of that in St. Louis, and it was small, and it had a lot of history. And I met a lot of artists when I was here, musicians, and people in those days used to do a lot of murals on the side of buildings, and I just wanted to be a part of that. So I wanted to do something to show that Roxbury wasn't just what you see on the nightly news. On the television, they always show crime, they always show the worst of Roxbury, and I knew that there were young people who were fabulous here, there were historic buildings, there were filmmakers and writers and painters, and I wanted to show them, so that's why I got interested. Yeah, I think there are all kinds of examples of people who start out poor and grow bigger than their circumstances. So I would say myself, my family was very poor in St. Louis, but my mother said that we could learn, and that my grandmother used to say, just because we are poor, we don't have to look poor, act poor, think poor. So she made sure that we didn't think poor or look poor. My mother got us out of living in the city into a suburb, and she got us into owning a house. And she went back to school when I was in 5th grade and got her degree in teaching. So I think there are all kinds of people like that who start off poor or even middle class and just believe in themselves or have somebody who believes in them. Yeah. One thing I would tell you, whether you're a filmmaker, you want to be a dancer, you want to be a doctor, lawyer, you want to work at the post office, it doesn't matter, whatever your goal is, you have to work harder for your goal than you expect other people to work for you. And what I find is that there's an old saying in the Bible, if you make one step, God will make two. And I found that really true. If you decide you want to do something, like when I got the film festival, I got a grant of $5,000 and I had 2 weeks to do it, and 2 months to do it rather, and a couple of people told me I couldn't do it, I didn't have enough money, I didn't have enough time. So I was depressed for about 4 days, and then I said, we can do this. So I contacted some other people when we pulled off the first festival. And then once we did the first festival, people didn't believe it. We showed 14 films, it was a day and a half. Now we show almost 70 films, it's 5 days at 5 different sites. So once we did the first festival, which was hard to do, the other festivals have been a little bit easier. So I think with your dream, if you just make one step, if you say, well, Mom, I really want to write, you get your mom to believe in you, you have a teacher or a friend, you can keep doing it.